Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Thou Didn't Show Them Any Mercy. Thou didn't show them any mercy. And, you know, as we sit and we look in this time right now, here in early March of 2023, you know, you Edomites, you so-called white folks, you're sitting here watching your country being torn apart and about to be destroyed from within right now. We are watching America from within, from the government all the way down to the average worker right now. This country is being ripped apart from within. And ultimately, this isn't, your leaders, they're not God-fearing men. Your leaders are not God-fearing men. Your government, they're your elites, they're not God-fearing men. And they have afflicted and tortured and murdered the Lord's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the 12 lost tribes of Israel. And number one on the hit list of the Lord, the number one enemy of the Lord is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You Edomites you're finished. You are witnessing and watching your country, America, being ripped apart. There's absolutely no man that you put in that office or whatever military weapon or whatever you think that's gonna save you or bring back this country. We are watching this. This is the Titanic. This ship is sinking. And all you Edomites you're going down with it. Call halal YAHAWAHSHI. And you other nations that are here and that believe in this place, you other nations are going to get it too. Starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. But you other nations, you Chinese and Japanese and Koreans and, you know, the so-called Africans, the Hamites. This is why if you were not a part, if your lineage doesn't go back to these 12 lost tribes of Israel, you're going into captivity, or you're going to face judgment, and you're going into captivity. But number one on the hit list is Esau Edom. You know, and these global elites, the banking families, they're going to be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom. The Rothschilds, those Jewish, those 1948er, those banking families, they're going to be the first fruits in the slavery. It's going to be continuously employment. And somehow these Edomites and these other nations are trying to justify right now and trying to figure out how can they fit into, you know, this is for us. No, this is only for Israel. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, you know, you white folks, you've benefited off what your forefathers have done. They raped, robbed, and murdered. They stole this land, and you've benefited. See, but let me get to the scriptures. Call halal YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHWAHSHI. And I was looking at something on the news yesterday. I caught like the end of it, but it was talking about the housing, you know, as far as owning, you know, houses, and it was like almost 80% of of whites, they own houses. And then looking at the Hispanic and the so-called Negro, you know, we're at it was like 30-something%. I think it was between like, I think it was 73 or 78% of white you know, so-called white folks, they own their homes here in this land, America. I caught the end of it. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I seen that. But you know, you've benefited off what your forefathers have done, and we've had to suffer for what our forefathers did, because the Lord made a promise to Israel. He made a covenant with our forefathers, and they went off. So we've had to endure the punishment and go into captivity. But the Lord, we're His people. So the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So we're at the end of our captivity. But you Edomites, you so-called white folks, and you other nations, you've helped further the affliction. You did. Ultimately, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, you've done more than you were supposed to. You know, using little black babies as gator bait, and burning little bait, you know, cutting little newborn babies out of the women's stomach. Israelite stomach, the so-called Negro, Latina, and Native American Indian women, cutting the babies out of their stomach and burning the baby alive. I mean, the list goes on what you have done. So, and then you walk around proud, and then you've invaded all these countries. The judgment that is coming, the judgment, there's just nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. You can go, you rich men, you elites, you can go outer space into your little space stations, you know, above the earth, and there ain't nowhere to go, or go in the ocean to your little underground bunkers. There is nowhere to go. See? But let me get to the scriptures. I don't want to make this too long, just a quick hit. We'll go to Isaiah 47:6. Isaiah 47:6, and it reads, it says, I was wroth with my people. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. See, the Lord, for our forefathers going off, he you know, and for us rebellion, he gave the tribes into you know, the enemy's hands, you other nations, and ultimately Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He says, and given them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Esau, you have, what you have done to these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, to the 12 lost tribes of Israel, with the crimes that you have committed against us. The Lord said, thou didst show them no mercy. You were, tying Israelites up to these horses, and making the horses go opposite directions, run, and ripping and pulling these Israelites apart, making Israelites lay down on the train tracks and let trains run over them. I mean, the crimes that you have done to Israel, and what you're even to right now. To gunning down Israelites in the streets, fought for nothing, and for throwing Israelites in prison. Because that's who's in the prison systems here. Israel, man. The maximum federal state penitentiaries and county jails. Israel is in the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The list goes on. The list goes on what you've done to the Lord's people, man. And then ultimately you've blasphemed the Lord. You've put up these false images of the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, with the blonde hair, the blue eyes. You've lied about history. You put these the Christopher Columbus days, the Christmas, and all these. You've lied. The Lord said, "Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." 7, and thou saidest, "I shall be a lady forever." America, the whore, like it tells you in Revelations, the whore sits on top of the beast. But it also says, the beast shall hate the whore. Everybody is going to turn on this place, America. Everybody. It says, all your allies, NATO, it's something coming down the line. However, the Lord has it set up that everybody is going to turn on this place. You see, Joe Biden, he blew up, he lied. They lied, and it came out that America blew up that pipeline, that oil pipeline, Russia's oil pipeline, and try to cover it up and hide it. There's something coming down the line that America is going to do, that they're going to turn on this place, man. It's going to be a full all out assault on America. Just like the Lord said, he's set them in array. They getting ready to come against this place, man. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst lay these things to thy heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it. Right. Yeah. We're in the latter end of it. You've done for all these hundreds of years. Look at what you've done. You've raped, robbed, and murdered. But you didn't think about the end of it. It says 8, therefore hear now this thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. You're careless. Your people here in this country, they're not worried about nothing. It's just fun and entertainment, and they can do what they want to do. There's no spirituality. There's no fear of God in this country. Just careless. Invading countries, blowing up countries, putting sanctions on countries, because they don't agree with you. Your witchcraft, your sorcery. That sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. 9, but these things shall come in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries and the great abundance of thine enchantment. See? See? Let me go to Isaiah. See? It says Isaiah 14 and Isaiah 14 and 13, and it reads, For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. See? And with your space stations, your satellites, you know, you're taking tours and stuff out of space and trying to get to the moon and trying to get to Mars, and you think that you think that you're God, you think that you're the Lord. Then you're coming through with your new you're gonna try to bring this new world order in and try to bring this charagma, the CHIP, and try to electronically tag everybody, and it's not gonna work. It says, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And this is the north, the Americas, the north. It says, 14, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And those ICBM missiles are coming, man. This place is going to be turned into a giant desert. America is going to be burned down. There ain't going to be nothing left here. No humans or no people, no businesses. All of this that you look around with, all of it done. This is just going to be desert creatures here. It says 21. Those ICBM missiles are coming. 200 million missiles are going to hit this place. This place will be destroyed in 1 hour. No, bye-bye America. It says, we'll hop to 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children. See, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise and possess the land, nor feel, it says, nor feel, Salakia. I'll start over. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. See? Prepare slaughter for their children, man. There's no getting back at this. There's no coming out of this. There's no coming out of this for Esau Edom and you other nations. But ultimately, Esau Edom, it says, let's go to Obadiah. It says, we'll go to Obadiah 1 and 8. It says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Because this is what he's doing. All your science, your technology, none of this is going to save you. None of it. Because this is what you believe in, Esau. You white folks, you don't believe in the Lord. You believe in science and technology. 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. He just told you in Isaiah to prepare slaughter for his children. 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And this is, this is what we're witnessing, because a lot of these white folks, they just can't believe it. They can't believe it. But shame shall cover thee. You're watching your country being ripped and torn to pieces through the power and the spirit of the Lord of the Holy Bible, the God of Israel, the God of the Hebrew Israelites. You see of the power of the 12 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. He told you there shall be no work for Egypt. Your days of working, the economy, going to the beach, going to the malls and vacation and touring different states. All of this is coming to an end. All of it through. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Let's hop over. We'll go to 15. I'll read these last couple. So we'll stay in Obadiah. Go to 15, 1 and 15. And it reads, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. All you nations gonna get it. You gonna get it. The Lord is gathering all you nations up for war. That's why you turn on the news. You see Turkey and Russia and Iran and Israel, China, and all these. The Lord is gathering these nations together because he about to bring you up into Jehoshaphat, the valley of Jehoshaphat, the YAHAWAHSHI, the valley of judgment over there in the Middle East, so-called Middle East. He's gathering all these nations up. Because he about to pour out this judgment upon you. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. See? As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. You see? What you've done to the 12 lost tribes of Israel, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you're going to get it. All you nations, because all you nations are together. And you took crafty counsel to try to destroy the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You've done everything you possibly can. See? It says 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. The Lord's going to make you drink of this cup. You're going to stagger and disappear. It's ultimately Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and then, you nations are, all you nations are going into captivity. No more. There won't be no more power struggle. Israel is going to rule forever. This whole universe, everything. We are going to rule in the kingdom right here on earth in Jerusalem. This coming government that the Lord is setting up, starting with him, who the Lord ignorantly calls, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He's setting up the government, and it'll never be overthrown. No one won't even think about raising a finger to this government. And it will be ran in righteousness. The world will be in peace. World peace. Call halal YAHAWAHSHI. I'll close out with this. It says 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. See, this is where salvation and deliverance is coming out of. It's coming out of Israel. Deliverance, salvation. It ain't for nobody else except for the elect out of the 12 lost tribes of Israel. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. You see? 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So we're gonna in this end time, the Lord is tearing down this country, gonna remove them Amalekites out of the land of Israel. He's gonna destroy these nations. The Lord's coming back to set up his kingdom right there in Jerusalem, and Israel is gonna rule forever, man. You Edomites, you and the other nations are going into captivity. That's why it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You're going to do your 1,000 years, and you're going to be burned up, and there's going to be no remembrance of Edom, because they are the wicked. They are the counterfeit partner of Satan. They are meant to do evil. The Lord's going to do away with you. Call halal YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. Shalom.